Testing, testing. Is this working? I had all these great ideas for technology. It's not going to happen today, but we are here. I'm going to go ahead and pop out some tools, some docs, so I can see chat, for example. If chat exists in there, welcome to the chat room. That is me. Welcome to the chat room. Oh, welcome to New York. I'm getting text messages from Liz Cheney asking me to donate to I guess the Democrats. So I guess that could be worse, but I don't want any text messages from Liz Cheney. I'm going to just throw that out there right now. So I had promised on the internet that I would have the most technically advanced stream yet. Let me post online here that I am live. I'll do that live at twitch.tv/ Nick McConnell is me, but I'm going to have to take back the fancy um, promises about technical advancement because I have been stymied by OBS. So can't promise as much as I was hoping to today, but that's okay because we are chilling and we are going to be talking about a little game called Beast Wrestler. My computer is going absolutely haywire right now. It is making some loud noises, so bear with me. Profile, I'm going to post here on the app called Twitter, and I'm going to go onto the app called Twitter and say live. Um, okay, so I'll give whoever's here, if anybody's here, I'll give a quick little bit of information. I had this great plan. The manual that we're going to read today is Beast Wrestler, the Sega Genesis classic Beast Wrestler, and I was going to have background music. I was going to have a different scene for each character bio with a different image from the game, and I was going to have uh, and I was going to be able to go through all of them, and it was going to be, we'll say, glorious. I don't know. What wound up happening, however, was I started messing around with OBS earlier. I've been working today, so I can't do too much today. And I thought I had it all lined up, but it was applying the same image to each scene, which means that instead of transitioning to a cool image like here, it would just take my logo away and not replace it with anything, which is too bad. But let's do ahead. Let me try something here while we're going. We're gonna troubleshoot this live. Why not? Why don't we just troubleshoot this live? Um, and I'm gonna put this here. See if we can see something. Oh boy, we're doing it live. We really are doing it live. That's right. This right here is what this is all about. Harris, thank you for coming. I did, however, fix this is so technically I'm not lying. This is still the most technically impressive feat that I've done yet. I did manage to put the chat window back up in the stream so that in the future, if anyone wants to relive these chats, we are able to. However, each individual scene that I had hoped to put in here had a cool little transition and what I'd hoped to be a cool image. However, it just kept giving me the same image, with the exception of a few of these guys, of my logo. So, which is a good logo. So yeah. So maybe we'll just get started. I don't know. The other thing I don't know is how to add music. So maybe let me try one more thing. I'm going to try media source, create new. It's called media source, and I'm going to find a local file, and we're going to try to find the local file, and then I'm going to start reading from the manual for Beast Wrestler on the Sega Genesis. Downloads, I think, is where I put it. Let's see here. Can I hear the music? Where did I download the music to? That's kind of the big question, huh? Open in show and folder. Thank you very much for that. Working on it. Okay, it is in downloads. Okay, it is in downloads, and it is called Beast Wrestler. Grapplebot? No, that's not it. We're gonna hang with me for one more moment, please. And I'm gonna try and open this up. And we're going to go ahead and try for. This is also an issue that I'm experiencing because, in part, I am not a copy properties. Forget it. It's not going to happen right now. We'll try it in a little bit. I should start reading. I don't want to make you sit around while I try to do this. Um, Media source. Let me try one more time. I am kind of very interested in this. Browse. I'm using a PC and I'm not super used to using a PC. So Nick Personal, is that me? Documents, attachments, desktop. Uh, MD, what if I did this? Ba, ba, ba. Copy. And I'm going to go ahead and paste. You're being very patient by hanging with me here. Okay. I'm going to try this. Speed, range, and I'm going to hit this. Is it playing any music? I can't tell if it's playing music. Is it playing some music? Can you hear it? It's a little on the loud side. Okay. Thanks. Let's go ahead and adjust the media source. Here we go. How's this? Is this a little bit better? Can you still hear it? Could you still hear it if I were just chatting? Would you be able to still hear it? It's silent. Okay, boost this by 15%. We are. Harris is helping me troubleshoot this right here. Tell me now. How about now? This is going to make for a great. If I ever turn this into an audio podcast, this is going to turn out great. This is golden. Okay, so I put this at around the 43, negative 40. There's a number. Negative 25.5 decibels. So I don't know what that means. Minus 25.5. It is sub-zero. So there we go. I think we are good. And I will go ahead and I suppose I'll start reading. I'm gonna go to the next page and the music's gonna go away probably. We'll just consider this. The way that it is. Maybe I can actually. Can I apply this to everything? Is there a way to do this? Apply to all. That's what I want. I want one that just applies to all. Because I go here, and it stops. Boo. That's okay. You know what? My graphics didn't work out so great. I'm gonna go ahead and just do this. Yeah, the music really sets the stage, right? Give me one more second here. I am gonna just go ahead and add one more media source, and then I promise we'll start reading. Oh, I can do this. Add existing media source. Okay. Add existing. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna do these two things. Okay. Hello. Welcome to Video Game Manual Storytime. This is the day before I go off on PTO, and I am feeling pretty jazzed about it. I'm gonna be taking a little vacation. So thanks for joining. We got Harris in the chat, we got McMahon in the chat, and I'm so grateful to both of you for being here, and anybody else who is watching or listening, because I really like the manual that we picked up today. I'm gonna admit, usually I like to do these readings with a real deal manual in front of me. I just like it, but I'm just too cheap. I'm just too cheap to buy this manual. I thought it might be a good find. I'm finding that earlier Genesis games are getting rather expensive, so I'm going to go ahead and read off of my phone. Check this out. Hi. And then, this is going to be kind of cool. A minute later, it's going to happen. Yeah, that was pretty cool. So that's really cool. So we'll do that the rest of the time. In the meantime, yep, that was pretty cool. We will go ahead and read. If anybody would like to read the manual while we are doing it, because there's a lot to chew on here, I am going to go ahead and put the link, Beast Wrestler Manual PDF. I'm going to put the link for this into chat. I am being extremely. This is an active participation chat for me today. So, Beast Wrestler in chat. Let's learn about these beasts, and we'll see what we have time for later. Probably nothing, because this took me a long time to get started. Next time, I'll do this with a little forethought. Not a lot, though. Not going to promise much. So here we go. The one transition I think should work. Oh, okay, there we go. It did it. Home team game dev, you're not late. In fact, you missed out on only me trying to troubleshoot my great idea. For anybody who just joined, I had an idea for every character that was in the game. There are like a million bios in here. For every character, I was going to take a screenshot and put it in here so that this area here, this is backwards, this area there was going to have an image of it. Couldn't make it happen. I did, however, get the music going. So we'll just keep the music rolling. If no, the music's not going. Oh my God. The music isn't going. Let's turn the music back on and I'll just have it loop. Is that a way to do it? Loop, loop, just loop. Come on. Media source. We are learning a lot about how this works today. Loop. Yeah, okay. We're just looping. We're looping on Beast Wrestler. All right, let me know if the volume is too loud or if the music is too rad, and we'll get started with Beast Wrestler by Renovation. And now, actually, one thing I should have looked into is that I got this manual, this PDF, the one I put in there. If you notice, it's from the evercade.info website, and I know that Evercade, which is great, by the way, if you don't have an Evercade, strongly suggest it. It's fun. Lots of good games on it. They have a renovation pack. One or two maybe, and I wonder if Beast Wrestler's on there. If Beast Wrestler is on there, you can play the most Genesis game of all time here on your Evercade. Handling the Sega Genesis cartridge, we've got some great. So one more little bit of background for me. My friend rented this game once, and I didn't know what it was. I mentioned this on Blue Sky. I didn't know what it was, and I remember I was a kid. I was very sensitive to like blood and violence. I didn't like any of it. And he rented this game, and I wanted absolutely nothing to do with it. I didn't know what it was, but the image on the cover is a like a lizard guy who appears to have ripped out the guts of a bad guy and also pulled his head off. And I was not into that. I remember being very frightened by it, and I never liked it. And then the other day, it was posted about, and I saw it, and I was like, oh my God. It's Beast Wrestler, and I have no idea. I had no idea what I was missing. I should have just picked up the manual and gone into it. So yeah. Oh my God. Also, good news is here. Thank you. Yeah, we got the stream overlay. We had. I will share afterwards online all of the trials and tribulations I just had trying to set this thing up. Yes, Home Team Game Dev says that game magazine ads also used to be this style. Made me worried my parents might see it. I oftentimes wondered if my parents thought I was in an okay place mentally when I was doing any video game stuff. But if they could only see me now, streaming at 11:59 about Beast Wrestler on the Sega Genesis. You get a new innovative wrestling match performed by Beast Wrestlers, giant man-made beasts created by the life sciences for your enjoyment. That's just what it says. There's no introduction there. It just starts saying that right after the how to put the game into your system page. There is a lot of really great art in this game, or in the manual. There's a lot of great art in the manual, and it goes hard. Take control. I'll just start reading. The ruler player needs to skillfully manipulate the control pad in order to become a good ruler of the Beast Wrestlers. Are you ready to challenge the Dragon Warriors? It's a big question. You get the control pad and 3 buttons to work with, A, B, and C. You can start the button. You can start the game, by pressing the start button. You can press to select commands on the D-pad. A button, select command and to attack. B button, cancel command and to attack. And C button is pressed to give a death blow. So we're going to be hammering on that C button for quite some time. How to play. Let the games begin. The match mode allows you to enjoy a straight game of Beast Wrestler. On the other hand, the tournament mode will take you through a more dramatic side of the game. That'd be cool if it were like a dating sim. Tournament mode. This is a mode for one player against the computer. You have to take a pro test, and once you're past the pro test, you challenge the domestic championship and then the world championship. You can purchase items at the shop and attend training. After the match, the skills for the Beast Wrestler and their opponent, the opponent that lost the match, are incorporated to give a Beast Wrestler with an even higher capability. So lots of stuff you can do here. I think actually reading through this, they wanted to throw a lot at you. So I'm not going to read all the details about domestic rank, about things to do in between the fights, but you can do training, you can do all sorts of cool stuff, and you can even hang out with this guy. So give that guy a little look if you're checking out the manual yourself at home right now. Training, shop, you can buy food to boost the beast's power points, raise the beast's life power. I'm getting an HP support assistant pop up on my desktop. I forgot to turn the light on back here. No wonder it is so dark. I'm not. Whoa. Holy moly. Hi. Okay. Is this better? Is this better? This is going good. This is going good for me today. I'm just going to go ahead and read the characters. I sent the link in the chat for anyone to see. And also I realized that I set the chat to disappear after a few moments of silence. So that's something to take as advice for next round. Don't delete the chat, but characters. Here we go. Take a breath. Nail these sinuses a little bit. The main characters of this new wrestling match are the fighter dragons and beasts, which were born out of the technological masterpiece of what the life sciences can offer. Thank you to the life sciences. They are the star characters of the DWC games. Do we learn what DWC stands for? DWC? Domestic World Championships. This is a STEM education game. Yeah, don't team game tip. This is a STEM education game. This is about how to become a good employee when you're an adult. Or the Wizard Coast. It's the Wizard Coast, of the Wizard Coast games. This game of Dragon Warriors Championships, maybe. This game of the Dragon Warriors takes place in the future, in the year 2020. Just 5 years after the game was introduced. So we are actually currently on year 9 of the Dragon Warrior Championships. We are proud to offer our beast wrestlers in this game. Non-ranking players. The character player is 8.21 meters or 27 feet tall. He weighs 2.77 tons. We got a hefty boy. His production code is HSE 2019, and his manufacturer is Halt Company. They don't give you a name. The new 2019 model Dragon Warrior of DWC Japan is an improved model of the standard best-selling model Dragon Ental. So you got Ental. Its frame and muscle structures are more human than last year's model. It can oxygenate hemoglobins much more effectively than last year's model. This dragon received the Best Form Award of the Dragon Year 2019. This dragon received the Best Form Award of the Dragon Year 2019. This dragon is for the tournament mode only, and the player operates the dragon. And then you get a section about how to control it, all the different moves you can do. I want to call out only that they refer to this section as regular beast operations. So if you want to know how to do a punching dash or a drop kick or a lariat, or a tail hold or a body slam, you want to check out regular beast operations. I might actually do this on my computer so I can look straight forward. I'm going to tell you what. I have a little bit of a headache today. This might be hard though, because I don't know that I have the ability. Taking a quick break. Move in chat. Move in images. And I'm going to look at, how do I make this smaller? Yeah, okay. I'm going to read from the computer. I think. Does that seem okay? Because my eyes feel like they are going to fall out of my head. So yeah, regular beast operations. We are talking about regular beast operations. How's the music, by the way? Is everybody doing okay with the music, the tunes? Do you want me to add a different media source? Should I add a different tune, some different tunage, music? Let me know. I downloaded the whole soundtrack, so let me know if we get tired of this one. Then we have non-ranking characters here. We have Genector, who's 26 feet tall, weighs 2.6 ton, and his primary dragon is the Ental Halt Company. Records, it just says records, November 2019. I'm guessing that means when he was born. So his birthday is November 2019. He is a big, happy, healthy 5-year-old boy, Genector was made as a testing dragon for the protest, which is a modified model of Ental. Ental here is spelled differently than in the first instance. This dragon tests the power of the candidate. Therefore, it does not possess a special technique. It is good in all techniques. This is certainly a dragon that you cannot afford to treat lightly. Genector is trusted by the DWC Japan and gets along well with its ruler, Ryoko Tamise, which brings us to our first ruler of the dragon, Ryoko Tamise, who is 24 years old. This is her first year of being the final test judge of the protest. She's an excellent ruler of Genector, the dragon made for the protest. She works for the Halt Corporation and has been involved in developing Ental 2019, the primary dragon of Genector. Consequently, she knows the dragon very well, but her only weakness is that she is a pushover for any man. Ryoko. She's 24. What are you going to do? We were all like this when we were 24. So careful, Ryoko. Then we have number 5 in Japan, domestic rank, is Valos M. I will also call out that all of these names are different in the game itself. So don't go looking for Valos. Go looking instead for... I'm going to look for my screenshots. Go looking instead for, I think, Ulvolos, potentially. Don't go looking for this guy. Yeah. I don't know anymore. All these guys have different names. Just don't look for any of these guys. Okay. Valos is 48 feet long, and weighs almost 7 tons. His primary dragon is I don't know what that means. Primary dragon, Strawberry Bullseye Company. He was born on January 2015. He's got measurements: G78, W51, and L27. Valos first came out and won a game in June 2013. Since then, his winning rate was an excellent 80%. He was expected to enter into the world rank. In August 2014 at the DWC Summer League, they got Summer League. They got like a G League and a Summer League. Valos was defeated at the exhibition game by G-Stal, an invitational player from the Soviet Union. Consequently, 92% of Valos' basic body system was destroyed and Valos was forced to retire. Later, it was converted into cyborg style and came back as Valos M. It does not see eye to eye with its controller, and lately, its winning rate has been declining. His controller is Kokoro Meki, who's only 17. You can imagine it would be hard to deal with a 17-year-old controller. This ruler is a high school student, and his skin is as blue as a lake. 2 years ago, he had a traffic accident, and 72% of his blood was replaced with Ornal PPK, a highly hemoglobin blood. Therefore, he has superhuman strength and is strong ruler when it comes to an endurance match. Then, number 4, we have Airhole. Airhole is the smallest dragon of the DWC Japan and is equipped with huge flight wings. It's made for speed and not for its power or endurance. Its unique technique of hit and away from above a field is very powerful. Its light, small body is at a disadvantage in the body hold. I'm going to make this font bigger because boy oh boy is there a lot to read. It's Airhole in the game. It's misspelled as Airhole, which is pretty good. Airhole grabs the opponent, flies into the air, and throws him down onto the field. Unfortunately, this deadly technique has a small success rate. Also good news, I was also in a traffic accident once, and I'm looking at myself in the camera right now. I do look a little bit blue, but I think that's the lighting on stream. Airhole is our hole. Everybody's hole. Nope, I'm taking it all back. And I'm going to talk about his ruler, Kenzo Muraoka, who's 57 years old and appears... He appears... I'm learning as we go, folks. Kenzo Muraoka appears to be a right-wing nationalist, but actually he is merely a madman. He uses the Dragon Warrior as a tool to gain his fame. Nonetheless, he's an excellent ruler and nobody should take him lightly. Watch out for Kenzo Muraoka, who appears to be a right-wing nationalist, but is actually just merely a madman. The Grift The grift was so obvious so early on. They knew about the right wing grift back in the 80s here. Kenzo Muraoka would be a big YouTuber now. We got Velvent, who's number 3 in Japan, a 4-footed dragon with a human-like upper body. Take a look at the picture of Velvent. I wouldn't call him human-like. Its 4 legs and 2 arms allow this dragon to use some unique attacks. The stable lower body makes it almost impossible to be thrown down, like Anne in Arrested Development. Yet, as with all the special dragons, Velvent has its own weaknesses. It lacks swift movement and is vulnerable to attack. Look out for its million punch. This can break a 6.6 foot thick hard porcelain plate in 1.1 seconds flat. Needless to say, it is an awesome opponent. Velvent is managed by Yui Hoshino, who is a 17-year-old. She is an attractive high school student. She wears a sailor uniform and is very credible ruler on the field. However, she possesses a demure feminine side. She's very popular as a ruler. Now we've got Daikun. Everyone's lore, McMahon, everyone's lore is extremely intense. Daikun, who's number 2 in Japan, looks like a little snaky guy with a unicorn horn. Daikun is a standard no-leg attack dragon equipped with a water shooter gun, in all caps. It also possesses a powerful tail whipping attack and can execute a deadly body lock with its snake-like body. If the opponent is hit with the death blow, water shooter gun, the effect is just as deadly as an energy bomb. Consequently, it is not only strong in a close fight, but also in a long-distance attack. Daikun has a steady winning record worthy of the number 2 position in Japan. Oops, messing up. There we go. Daikun is watched over by his friend Soya Sendo, who's 21. Some fairly young folks here. He's recognized as a wise and able ruler. He is also an expert in the comprehensive deathblow technique known as Dragon King. He lost an eye in a fight 10 years ago and gets along well with Daikun. You will find them very strong opponents. Then we've got D. Baiton. D. Baiton appeared as suddenly as a comet and achieved the number 1 rank in Japan in no time. It is equipped with grablessers, 2 small weight regulated earth ball shooters. These shootout balls called glivers, which utilize the RH reaction of hemoglobins to activate the shooting mechanism. An opponent that is hit with the gliver is paralyzed for 4 seconds. This is D. Baiton's deadly tactic for both defensive and offensive purposes. For those opposing dragon warriors who cannot afford to lose a second of their reaction time, a 4-second freeze means certain death. We look forward to its progress into the World Championships. He's watched over by Kike Wakatsu, who's 17. He is known as the genius ruler who became the Japanese champion within 6 months of first joining as a ruler. He is the world champion of the 2017 Student League. Due to his good looks and radical opinions, he has many female fans. Try to wink. I'm never doing that again. I'm sorry. Then it just says to incorporate player characters. You need to incorporate your dragon player with the player character twice in the story mode. Once during domestic games and again in the world game. Here are the first set of incorporate beasts. Velvet Incorporation, Daikun Incorporation. Okay, that's it, just those 2. And then we get to the world rank. And if you thought that was the end of character bios, you were sadly mistaken. Because now we got Federico. Federico was the world rank number 9 and number 1 in Mexico. In the world of rapid development, this dragon belongs to a veterans group. The basic body system is becoming old, but he still holds the world rank. This is due to strong training, maturity, and moreover, the ruler's expert management of the game. Since 2017, the tail has been equipped with a tail attachment, a laser gun, and... Okay, I was trying to see if it was the same thing. Has been equipped with a tail attachment, a laser gun, and it is accompanied by a multi-talented and popular ruler, Maldo Lacenta. Federico has many followers. Maldo La Senta is 31 years old and he's from Mexico. He has a 6-year-long career with the Dragon Warrior games, and he's been an excellent ruler ever since he started. Then we've got a name I can't pronounce, Wolobolos. Wolobolos. W-L-O-B-O-L-O-S. W-L-O-B-O-L-O-S. Wolobolos, who is not known as Wolobolos in the game, and is instead known as, I did see this one here earlier, Wolobolos is actually known as Yulvolos. Yulvolos. So in the game it's Yulvolos, in the manual it's Wolobolos, and I think either way, he seems like a pretty cool guy. He's number 1 in Italy. So, grazie to Wolobolos for joining today. This dragon originally started out an all man-made body system, but after so many changes, 79% of the body became a cyborg in the present body form. With its machinery equipment, the movement is much slower than the other dragons. In order to compensate for this disadvantage, it has 2 magnetic compressor guns on each shoulder. The destruction capability of the gun is just awesome. It's just awesome. When it hits the target, it produces over 500,000 tons of power. The mechanical parts of Wolobolos are made from the Komochi heavy industry without charge. Made by the Komochi heavy industry without charge. And this dragon is run by Ladicia C, who's 16 years old from Italy. She's a lovely ruler with eyes that look like pretty glass marbles. Her personality reflects her meticulous ruling, and she was qualified for the world rank. She gets along with Wolobolos exceptionally well, and every move she makes helps Wolobolos react in the field. She's getting married soon. I think Wolobolos ran this one, wrote this one. We've also got Arlo, who is number 1 in Germany, and is just a blob as far as I can tell. This dragon has the most unusual body of all the DWC World Rank players. The primary dragon was developed a year ago by the Bullseye Company of Germany. Out of the many amoeba sold by the company, this is the only one that qualified as a World Rank player. The Cell Connector Enhancer, TYT, like the Young Turks, was added to the basic unit, Double Vision Single Cell 1-021. As a result, its endurance capacity was greatly enhanced. Since its non-conforming body can absorb damaging shocks and can attack the enemy with its unique and freestyle methods, this is one of the outstanding opponents to any of the ranking players. I'm getting there's a lot here. Then we have the Lesser Graf PhD, 56 years old from Germany, is the ruler. He is a member of the DWC Germany and a 3rd-generation Japanese German. He has a doctorate in genetic engineering and has succeeded in keeping the natural cell division to a minimum using his invention, TYT, the Cell Connector Enhancer. His ruling technique is very conservative, but he's liked by sophisticated players. Then, we've got Oct. Oct is from the US. He's ranked number 6 in the world, but number 1 in the good old US of A, and appears to just be like kind of an octopus. Kind of looks like who's the cat-looking kind of creature in Pokemon? The one that's the bad guy. I don't know. Anyway, Oct has a funny appearance. It's true, but it's Garfield. Yeah, I was thinking of Garfield. Thank you, Harris. It was Garfield. We're good at Pokemon here. Secondarily, this is a Pokemon podcast, so we're here to talk about Garfield, and Garfield and friends, John, the dog, lasagna, all the other things we love about Pokemon. Oct has a funny appearance, but its death blow, Octopus Q, is an awesome weapon on any opponent. From its mouth, it blows an energy-draining essence, Fumakilin, into its opponent's vital parts. It also distracts a ruler's attention and contorts the game. Oct has a soft body. Same. I haven't been working out as much. Similar to the German player Arlo. Oct's body is capable of absorbing blows from his opponents. Unfortunately, its 8 long legs are cumbersome, hard to manipulate, and require the ruler's skill. He's run by a guy, and I would love for you to please go take a look at the manual and look on page 25. to see his ruler, a fella by the name of Willie Phillip, who's an 18-year-old American who looks absolutely like somebody you just want to hang out with. Seems like a normal guy. Seems very, very even keel. He tells the world that he's the genius ruler born only once in a century, yet his winning rate is only 50%. He's the world rank ruler only because there aren't many competitors in the US. So it's a global game. Basically, this is soccer. Then we have a name that I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing out of Hong Kong, Proglars. We have Proglars. Proglars is the most powerful and popular dragon in Hong Kong. It has the greatest horsepower among the DWC characters. It has combined this power and the deathblow technique Power Bomb to become the championship of Hong Kong. Its powerful and magnificent ability to blow the opponent away is quite a sight to behold. His fans just love to watch him fight. At the next World Championship Games in the year 2020, Proglars is one of the dragons everybody is waiting to watch. Sometimes the manual goes from being like very serious to kind of like a People magazine hype piece. He's owned and operated by Rich Wong, who's 19 years old and from Hong Kong. He has devoted all his youth to the games of the Beast Wrestler. Ever since he debuted last year as a ruler, he has won all the games, and now he's the champion of Hong Kong. At the last Hong Kong League Championship Games, his dragon fought fiercely against Hyosoki for 2 hours and 24 minutes. This fight is still remembered by his fans in Hong Kong. Then, world rank #1 in the world and the UK. So we got the UK. The sun never sets. The sun never steps on the United Kingdom. What's the phrase? The sun never sets? I don't know. It never steps, it never sets on the United Kingdom. That's what we'll say. We're talking about Garfield, Pokemon. Let me reboot my system. Hax004 is his name. Something about colonialism. Thank you. Yeah, colonialism. Hax004 is the only DWC player that is a mechanical robot. Seems a little bit unfair to me. This robot was modified as a fighter dragon from a heavily armored Dragon Hax003DF, originally made for the big city control purposes by a joint venture of the US and Japan. Doesn't sound great. There is a rumor that Hax004 was recognized by the DWC only because the Komochi heavy industry recommended it. The somewhat negative image is clearly overlooked by its ruler, Rene Molsis, who handles the mass media very well and is known for her fair play and the fact that she does not let her player kill the opponent. Rene Molsis, who's 20 from the UK, her bright smile is well known and she is liked very much by the mass media. Since she does not let her player kill the opponent and vows to have a clean fight, Hax004 sometimes encounters a difficult fight. She treats her robot player the same as an organic player. And they live together. That's good. Thank you. They live together. We got Makla, who's #3 world rank and #1 in India. Is anybody else tired? I am I am loving this, but I'm going to need to stretch after this. And I'm going to need to just buy this game. I think I have to have a copy of this game. I love this. Makla, haven't been reading too much about their heights, but just so you know, he's 11 feet tall, almost 12 feet tall, and he is 2.63 tons. That's a lot of mass for a short boy. This dragon was developed by the United States Nations Artificial Life Security Committee, USNALSC, and was particularly created as a fighter dragon for the Dragon Warrior games. Its special feature is Snake Tail, which has its own independent brain. The tail is useful for both defensive and offensive tactics and provides 2 dragons in 1, which gives the opponent a hard time. Makla is a very well-balanced and fearless dragon. Corsa Taurus is the ruler here, and Corsa Taurus is 25 years old, from India. He is a member of the United Nations Artificial Life Security Committee and is admired by many fans for his steady and perfectionist fighting style. Geeg Freed, another member, Geeg Freed, another member of the United Nations Artificial Life Security Committee, is his rival ruler. Then we get #2, Aminos T2, #1 in France. The specialties of Aminos T2 are his 2 heads. That'll do it. He is equipped Sorry. He is equipped with an electrolytic disassociation defense system called High Fight. This system was handed down from Aminos T1 and is the ultimate defense system. It gives total protection from the opponent by administering a momentary I can't read this word. Electrolytic disassociation of molecules. This is a hard one. When Aminos T2 administers the protection, he uses his snake-like body to strangle the opponent. The fighting match with this dragon usually lasts a long time. This person is run by this dragon, is run by 36-year-old French citizen Tutoy Wizan. My French pronunciation is that good? He is an experienced ruler who has kept second place in the world rank ever since the year after he became ruler. He is talkative and known for the psychological bashing of his opponents. He's a very skillful ruler and never overuses the ultimate system, but plans a methodical fight. And then, this is one I was hoping that I could do. I had a very good, the manual here, you get to the final boss. You get to the final boss, and it's a guy who's just in a silhouette, so you can't see him. I had a great question mark icon that I was going to put in the screen, but then I got hoisted by the intricacies of OBS. So just imagine a mysterious question mark clip art piece on my stream right now, while I'm reading to you the world rank #1 and #1 in Australia rated Blennied, who is 28 feet tall, weighs 3.19 tons, and has a win-loss record of 134 to 1. So pretty scary guy, but who did he lose to? Blennied was created by the development staffs of the United Nations Artificial Life Security Committee, particularly for fighting a beast, which has the best technological capability. He is the target of all the dragon players in the world. His ruler is Jig Freed. We learned about him before. Then you get the second incorporation, so I think that might be all of the character bios. We learned a lot about the different beasts, and I particularly enjoyed them. I would love to hear in the chat if anybody has a favorite. I think that my favorite is the beast run by the right-wing nationalist, or just simply madman Kenzo Muraoka. That beast, if we remember, is Airhole. So I appreciate Airhole the most. Thank you to Kenzo for that. We don't have to get into the politics of it, but thank you to Kenzo for your beast wrestler. While challenging the world ranking games, the player must incorporate the wrestler with another wrestler. I'm not quite sure I understand what it means to incorporate wrestlers with another wrestler, but the first choice of a dragon in the domestic games determines the second choice of a dragon. Experiment with various dragons to come up with a favorite combination. The player must complete the second incorporation before challenging the World Championships. So, there you go. You'll get down to here and you can choose your beast, and now you'll actually get to see all of the different names of the dragons and all of their different death blows. I'm going to go through those real quick. We've got Arhoolie, who I don't remember reading about. Arhoolie. Arhooly. Arhoolie's death blow is the Flying Dragon Super Throw. The terms for that, they give you the name and then the terms how to do it. While you are locked with the opponent, press the C button. Daikун's death blow is Water Shooter. While the opponent is standing, press the C button. Wolobolos death blow is the Magnetic Compressor Guns. And while the opponent is standing, press the C button. Aralo's death blow is Full Gain. While your beast is interlocked with the opponent, press the C button. Oct death blow, Octopus Q, interlocked with the opponent's back, press the C button. Proglars is the Power Bomb move. With the opponent standing, press the C button. Hax 004's death blow is the Waver Sword. While the opponent is standing, press the C button. Makla has the Snake Tail death blow, and Ominous 2 has High Fight. You get a limited warranty. Wants you to know that Renovation Products Inc. warrants the original purchaser that the Renovation Genesis cartridge shall be free of defects in material and workmanship for a period of 90 days from the date of purchase. If a defect covered by this limited warranty occurs within the first 90-day limited warranty period, Renovation Products Inc. will repair or replace the defective cartridge or component part at its option, free of charge. Unfortunately, you can't get this deal if it's because of negligence, accidents, unreasonable use, like playing it too much and having too much fun, modification, tampering, or any other cause not related to defective materials or workmanship. If you have an issue with this game, please do send it over to an address that I presume must be still going. Renovation Products Inc., Customer Service Department, 987 University Avenue, Suite 10 in Los Gatos, California. So just down the way, 95030. Just hop on down the freeway and go check out Renovation Products Inc. And let them know that your cartridge is broken. Maybe they'll give you a new one. So there we have it. There we have it. I suppose that's all I've got to say. There we have it. We had a lot to read there. We had a lot of Beast. I would say, in fact, if you will let me, I will say that we went Beast mode today on Beast Wrestler. So I had a great time. I'm gonna leave this at one manual today, I think, because I am pretty darn tired and I've got to go take care of a few things for my last day at work before I go on PTO. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining. Thank you for chatting. Thanks for reading about Beast Wrestler. What a beast of a manual. I am in awe. There were no credits. I will call this out. There were no credits. There was no indication of who did what. So I'm going to have to go and see who might have been doing the credits for Renovation back then. I would like to thank them directly because I had a good-ass time. Thank you. Oh, hey, 4-Bit Friday's here. Look at this. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thanks for everybody for coming in. Great to see everybody. This is the highlight of my week. I have so much fun doing this, and I'm really grateful for everybody who hops in, even just for a little bit. So, goodbye. I guess technically I told the truth. This was the most advanced technically advanced stream yet that I've done, but I'm not putting too many qualifiers on that. Have a good one. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.